Hello, this is the Anticipation channel, and so today the plan is to talk some about Larry the Cucumber. Hi, welcome to the Anticipation channel. I'm Bob the Tomato, and I'm Larry the Cucumber, and we're here to answer some questions. Yep. You may be wondering, are the VeggieTales characters in the same universe as the Three Twin Penguins? Do the VeggieTales characters play themselves in all the shows? Do they have lives outside the shows? Are the shows based on events that happened in the lives of the characters or in their history books? How do VeggieTales in the House and City shows fit into the rest of the episodes? Are they from an alien planet or are they now on Earth? How old was Larry in the first episode? How old are the characters now? So I'm not going to touch on all of these right now, but I may in the future, so stay tuned. Some things about Larry. Larry's dad is an astronaut. He's a playful kid. Larry's close to his dad and his mom. He has three brothers. He's concerned about being accepted by others. Like these are all things from the shows that like countertop scenes, silly songs, eating sometimes just the shows themselves, just things that you can pick up about Larry just by observing. So yeah, evidence for some of these things. So Larry has some brothers. Um, Duke the Great Pie War shares he has three brothers, Steve, Bob, and Mark. And in Song of the Cebu, we see that Aunt Ruth, we see part of her picture. Um, and so Aunt Ruth is referenced, which I believe that Aunt Ruth must be Larry's aunt in that case, since Larry and her are in that photo together. Then in The Wizard of Oz, in the countertop scene, Larry talks about having broken his dad's aardvark. And so that's like referencing his dad as well as his aardvark and his dad being an astronaut. It's all shared in that scene. And in the silly song "I Love My Lips," Larry talks about wanting to talk to his dad if his lips made a mess, moved, and took his tooth. And he said he wanted to talk to his father rather than his mother. So, yeah, I think he was a little bit closer to his dad, and his dad is an astronaut, and his brothers work in hardware, but they're really good at singing. So that's something about Larry's family. Just and then in the Song of the Cebu, this photo of Larry next to Aunt Ruth, it shows these numbers off to the side. Um, it shows a list of numbers, and if you decode the numbers, it says Aunt Ruth lives. So I think this may be a hint that this Aunt Ruth character is supposed to be an actual person in this universe, and uh, yeah, she's related to Larry. She's still alive and well, but she has cut herself shaving. It looks like since there's this little bandage right here. Um, and then some of Larry's friends. So in this silly song, "I Love My Lips," Larry talks about a friend named Oscar who got stung on a bee right on the lip, and they couldn't even talk to each other till the fifth week because both their lips are so swollen. When he could start speaking, he only spoke Polish, and he knew like three words in Polish. Except now he knew four. Oscar taught him the word for lip. Anyway, he mentions this kid named Oscar who got stung on the lip by the bee, and this guy. The first three photos here is Oscar. This third one here is Oscar in a silly song that's Christmas themed. This silly song is like the 8 Polish Christmas dishes. And so Oscar brought Polish Christmas dishes and was singing about them. So they did refer to him as Oscar, the Polish caterer in that song. So his name is Oscar, and he is Polish. And this is the same guy who, in the silly song where Larry sung the blues, he at the end of that song, he was the one playing the accordion and asked Larry if he wanted to sing polka. So that was also Oscar. And then the very first picture here is Oscar in a Meaningful Life. He's just like a side character, sort of like an extra in that one, but he is present. And there's other shows where he's in the background. But yeah, so Oscar, I think, is one of Larry's closest friends. You see the below here in Huckleberry Larry in that show. The countertop scene shows Larry in a book club. I mean, they don't really read the books, they just read notes about the books, but he is in a book club with his friends who we probably met while doing the show, but it shows that they're friends outside of the VeggieTales series. Outside of recording, they hang out and do book club stuff. So and have desserts at their book club. Um, so yeah, some of Larry's friends, Mr. Lunt, Archibald, uh, probably both Jimmy and Jerry Gord, even though I can only see one of them in that book club. Um, then I believe Larry has a love interest, which many people think that his love interest is Petunia because of Duke of the Great Pie War and some other shows after that where they're like in the show that they're playing, like acting out their love interest in that story. But I think like outside of the VeggieTales shows, I see no indication that Larry has anything for Petunia. I mean, like, yeah, there are some countertop scenes where he interacts with Petunia and as a friend, but like, I don't think they're anything more than friends, he and Petunia. But if you see these silly songs, the one about the sport utility vehicle, and the one about his baby elf from Lord of the Beans, um, the elvish impersonator, uh, I believe that's Miss Agnetha, who is she's first seen in the movie or the show Esther. She's like the first singer that we see on stage singing for Mr. Nezer, the king in Esther. Um, and so I think Larry and Miss Agnetha hit it off. I think they're dating for quite a while, you know, if not still dating, because I mean they both do silly songs. Like when you first see Miss Agnetha, she's singing a pretty goofy song about puppies. So I don't know. I think that's the kind of girl that Larry would fall for, especially since he loves doing silly songs so much. And they, you know, they did silly songs together. He never did it. Well, I guess he did one silly song with Petunia, but that wasn't. I don't know. In my opinion, it wasn't as funny as these were. So, um, yeah. And there's in the trailer for the Three Twin Penguins, we see Larry and Zigil interacting with each other. Larry's like, "Hey, Bob, they've got arms." So, yeah, I think Larry has met Zigil, and so like probably means Larry does some space travel. His love interest in Miss Agnetha, and he's really good friends with Oscar. He's part of a book club. There's just a few things about Larry's personal life. And then I've been wondering if he time travels or not. I'm guessing not, because like even though in the future of Autotainment, which is the picture on the left here, is from the Autotainment episode. I mean, they go to the future, I guess, but I'm not convinced it actually was the future. I think it may have just been like another planet or something where they're like pretending it's the future, but it's possible maybe he went to the future somehow. Maybe they have some kind of alien technology that let them do so. I don't know. The picture on the right is from the Three Twin Penguins episode. Which they're actually, these robots are in a couple of those Three Twin Penguin episodes. They're in several of them. I think this was Space Surfing Superstar, the photo I got here on the right. But yeah, um, so maybe he time travels, but I doubt it. I think he travels through space a lot. Got inspiration from his dad being an astronaut. His brothers didn't really go with him because they like working in hardware and singing. But Larry also likes to sing, as you see in the silly songs. Um, so that's some about Larry, but there's more I could share. So if I make another video here, what would you like it to be about? Larry, Bob, another character, Three Twin Penguins, the world history of the veggie universe, or maybe their biology, like how they how are they born, how are they um, like are they vegetable or human or both? I have any theories about it. Or if there's another topic you would be interested in, you can let me know in the comment section. But thanks for watching.